Welcome back to Medrash Umaisa, sharing a story connected to this week's Parsha here in Eretz Yisrael, Parshas Chukas. Years ago, at the Simchas Torah Tish of the Divrei Chaim of Tzanz, the Rebbe of Tzanz, he had a tray of apples on the table. He started to distribute the apples to people, and as he did, he gave them a bracha for parnasa, barachava, for wealth, for good living that year. The chassidim, who always paid attention to these things, tracked the people who got those apples, and they all had a very successful year financially. The next year's Simchas Torah, there was a tish, and there was a tray of apples on the table, and the crush of people trying to get close to be recipients of the apple was unbelievable. People were pressed into every square centimeter. The Rebbe's son, Rabbi Cheskel of Shineveh, said to his father, "Father, this is a sakana. This is dangerous. People are getting crushed. You have to do something." And the Rebbe, who was very involved in his kavanas, he says, "But I want to be mashpia tova to people. I want to be able to give. I have the ability to give people bracha for parnasa." He said, "Father, it's pikuach nefesh. There's danger here." He said, "What should we do?" He says, "Tell the gabbai to announce that if a person pushes, the next person who pushes, the Rebbe is gozer on him. He decrees 5 years of anius, 5 years of poverty." He says, "You want me to curse a Jew on Simchas Torah?" He says, "Father, this has to be done. It has to stop." So the Gabbai was told, he gave a big clap, a big bang, and he said, the Rebbe announces that if a person pushes, he goes there 5 years of anius, 5 years of poverty. And the room went silent, still. Nobody moved. Nobody wanted to even touch the person next to them. There was an elderly chossid sitting quietly in a chair in the back of the Beis Medrash. He slowly got up and slowly walked over to the chassid closest to him and gave him a little push. The chassid looked at him aghast. He said, "You crazy old man, didn't you hear what he said?" And the man said, "What do I care poverty? 5 more years. It's worth it." The Talmud Rebbe told that story in conjunction with the parish of the Meshech Chochmah on this week's Parsha. When Am Yisrael complained, one of the incidents of complaining here in Parshas Chukas, so it said that in the Choshim Srafim, poisonous snakes were sent among them, and they were biting the people. And Moshe had Aaron go out with the Nachash Nechoshes, with a snake made out of bronze. And if someone had been bitten by the snake, right, then if he looked at that snake that Aaron constructed, he would be healed. Now the pasuk uses an interesting word to describe the experience. It says v'hoya, and it would be im nashach hanochoshes ish. If a snake had bitten a man, then if he would look at that Nachash Nechoshes, the bronze snake, he would be healed. Now Chazal tell us in the Gemara that the word v'hoya implies happiness, a situation of happiness, as opposed to vayihi. So the Meshech Chochmah asks, what happiness is there? V'hoya im noshach hanochoshes ish. If the snake bit a person, that's v'hoya? So he explained the following. He said that if someone had another disease, he was sick with something else, and he got bitten by the snake, and then he looked at Aaron's bronze snake, not only would he be healed of the snake bite, he would be healed of every other ailment that he had. So what it seemed to be a sad incident, getting bitten by the snake, for that person was actually something of simcha. The bottom line for us all is, oftentimes we can't really evaluate the things that are happening to us. It's true there may be a negative aspect to it, but you also have to realize that that negative aspect that could be leading to something that overall is much more positive. Wishing us all good parnasa, good health, and all good things, and a Chodesh Tov. I'm recording this on Rosh Chodesh here in Eretz Yisrael. Everyone have a wonderful Chodesh and a wonderful Shabbos. Kol Tov.